Hi everybody. I hope you're all healthy. I hope you're being safe. I hope you're also staying positive, and most of all, I hope you're being creative. Today I'm doing this little video to talk about monologues. Here we are, actors. We're kind of stuck in our homes, isolated, and so what are we going to do? We're going to do monologues. As a result, there's lots of monologues out there, lots of monologue contests, and boy, am I seeing a lot of monologues. And to be brutally honest, they're not very good. I'm seeing some really good actors. I'm seeing some really good demonstration of acting skills, but the one thing that's missing is story. Any of you that have been in class know how important that is. As actors, we are in fact storytellers. It's our job to tell a story. And in pretty much all of these monologues, I'm not seeing story, or if I am, it's a pretty weak one. Now, story, as most of you know, I define as how the human heart changes. It's not my definition. I stole it from somebody. But that's the best one I've come up with. And for that to happen as character, my heart has to be connected to another character's heart. All of that really means that I have to have a very strong reason why I'm there and why I'm talking to this other person. I don't like using goals because goals usually are kind of a little formulaic and they can be usually stated pretty clearly. A why is more of a ethereal kind of thing that you can't really put into words most of the time. And that's the thing that I like. A very strong reason for me to be there and actually connecting to this other person. Monologues tend to be pretty intimate because usually there's only two people, not all the time, but usually there's only two, so they're fairly intimate. And when I'm doing a monologue, it really turns up how desperate that why is. That why is life or death to me in some realm, physical, mental, spiritual. It's that important to me. And the reason I'm there is because this other person can help me with that why. It's the only reason to be there is because of hope that this other human being can help me with that why. Okay? So that's the thing that's missing in pretty much all of these monologues. There is no story. If there's a story, it's pretty weak. So I want to give you some help when doing these monologues. Some of you in class, most of you in class, have done the monologue exercise, which is one of the tricks. A monologue is a little tricky because the other person isn't actually there sometimes, and especially nowadays. So the monologue exercise, remember that. For those of you that have done it, remember that and really try to work on that. For the rest of you, just understand that if story isn't present in a monologue, what happens is you as the actor tend to drift into kind of a self-indulgent little bit of a show of what a great actor you are. Okay? Not all the time, but you can see what I mean. It kind of drifts into being all about you. Only natural, I'm the only one on screen, right? But the problem is, it's not about you. It's really about the other person. That's the only reason you're there. That's the only reason you're talking, is that other person. So I want you, when you're doing these monologues, I want you really, really try with your heart, okay, to make the person you're talking to way more important than your character, than you, than what you're doing. Make that other person and their reaction to what you're saying more important than anything you can do. If you do that, I promise you there'll be a story and you as character will change so that the character at the beginning of that monologue will be very different from the character at the end. Okay? Give that a try. Any of you that are in Strayon, you have our phone numbers, I think, and our emails. If you have any questions about that, please be free to send them in or call up, and I'd be happy to help you with your monologues. Thanks.